is involved in extrajudicial killing and abuse of power will be held accountable for his or her action and risks losing his job and facing criminal prosecution.
It was then time to revisit the security architecture in the country. The trend of crimes which has caused Nigerians sleepless nights, the acting IGP says, called for a rejig of tactics. And so the deployment of some modern technologies, such as closed-circuit cameras across major cities, is needed. The police boss says efforts are in top gear to recruit locals for intelligence gathering for effective community policing. In a related development, 4 Chinese nationals who were recently kidnapped on the 15th of April 2019 in Mobile, Niger State were safely and successfully rescued on the 5th of May from a forest in Birnin Gwari, Kaduna State. In Abuja, Doing, Dia, NTA News.
In the meantime, troops on exercise Harp in Kunama 3 have arrested a logistics supplier of bandits operating between Jibia-Batari axis. A statement by Acting Director Army Public Relations, Colonel Sagir Musa, indicates that the suspect was arrested at Kwashabawa village in Jibia local government area of Katsina State. Similarly, based on a tip-off, troops of 311 Artillery Regiment conducted a raid on a suspected facility in Kwantagora Township, where a local weapon fabricator was arrested. In another encounter, following credible information, troops from 1 Division Garrison raided a kidnapper's hideout, killed 2 and recovered 2 AK-47 rifles in an abandoned farmhouse at Gonam Bature east of Rijana and Kasarami in Chukun local government area of Kaduna State, while troops of 6th Division discovered illegal refining sites at Oyakama community, Ahoada, West local government of Rivers State, and arrested 2 suspected oil bunkers, while 2 pipeline vandals and illegal oil bunkers were intercepted along Sapele Wari Road in Sapele local government area of Delta State. Moving on now, Nigeria and Angola have agreed to increase cooperation in areas of trade, investment, security, and economic diversification. This followed the meeting between Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister, Geoffrey Onyama, and his Angolan counterpart in Abuja. Foreign Desk Correspondent Makut Simon Macham reports.
30 years ago, the path of Geoffrey Onyama and Dominos Augusto crossed while they were young diplomats representing their countries abroad. Today, they are meeting in Abuja as foreign ministers representing their countries at the highest level of diplomacy. The center of their conversation is all about improving relations between Nigeria and Angola, 2 African oil giants who are facing similar economic challenges. After a closed-door meeting, the 2 ministers emerged to sign a memorandum of understanding that talks about convening the Nigeria-Angola Joint Commission to consolidate on areas of mutual interest.
This is a reflection of your visit here, of the close cooperation between our 2 countries that have a lot in common. Big oil-producing countries and rich in other mineral resources. And great potential, but at the moment, of course, facing economic challenges and the need for economic diversification.
So we must give content to this instrument of strengthening our bilateral relations.
They also resolved to follow up on the bilateral air service agreement signed recently between the 2 countries. In Abuja, Makut Simon Macham, NTA News.
Nigeria has joined global action for renewed increased coordination to combat all forms of forced labor.
This is the network service of the NTA. We now join our outside broadcast crew for a live telecast. Please Stay tuned.
But we persevered to what we have today as victory, not only for our party, but for the entire Nigerian nation. I want to salute the doggedness of my colleagues. Please, may you rise. And can you take some few steps to Mr. President and remind him of your loyalty, Al-Makura. Can you move? Go and greet Mr. President and have a handshake. Mr. President, you recall that this gentleman was willing to do anything for the success of APC. He did that and he proved himself what? He's your man and your man forever. May I now call one of my colleagues, the governor of Ogun State, to please rise. Governor of Ogun State, take a step and take a bow. This governor of Ogun State is a very controversial governor. But what is certain is that he was willing to change his surname to Buhari only for Buhari to succeed. I want to recognize you. Kayode, your story is not too far from that. You are a wise man. You decided to join us and lose the election to come back. Stand up and take a bow and greet Mr. President. Mr. President, most of our colleagues still on their way coming to show this appreciation. But there are some upcoming ones, who join a bit of our battle. Those are the governors that have also been part of second phase of APC missionary journey. Just for you to remember the first, one of them is an agri-guru. KB Governor, please, can you please move fast and greet Mr. President? Followed by Niger. Niger, please, can you go? This man can supply rice anytime. Mr. President, that's my chief of staff of the Governors Forum, Governor of Niger. Can I call the Governor of Kano State to please go take a bow before His Excellency? Followed by Plateau. Plateau, please take a bow. Governor of Plateau is my governor, and I'm going back to Plateau State after this, so I have to be nice to him. Kogi, please can you rise? This young man became radicalized for the vision of President Muhammad Buhari. And Edo, please rise. This gentleman is
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the U-Report link. And be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
full of trouble. You made him a minister. That one was your diehard also. Former governor, present Minister of Transport, Amechi. Then there's another one that is not only dangerous, but short. He came from Kaduna State. His name is Erufai. He's not here. But Your Excellency, Mr. President, the Deputy Governor is here. Please receive the handshake on his behalf, because we were there before, yes. Yes, we were there during the time. And Bauchi, please, follow suit. Mr. President, let me be personal with you this morning. The truth is, you may not know that we're a God-given asset to this nation. And I don't say so for purpose of flattering or praising. But let me tell you what. I've observed all categories of leaders in this country, and you seem to have been distinguished yourself for these following reasons. Most of the leaders in this country are those who either buy their love or buy their fame or buy their political position. But in your own case, you don't spend 1 naira and you have love come to you. You have leadership come your way. This is only judgment I have to say you are destined by God to govern this country. Most of us will not be here again to share those wonderful moments with you as Governors Forum. I'll come and share with the Vice President at the Economic Council. We're saying bye on the 29th. But I beg of you one thing. These founding fathers are the only people that can write the story and the history of your journey. I want you to embrace them from time to time, because the history of Buhari is a big history for subsequent generations, hundreds and thousands of years to come to read. I engaged somebody who said to me, yes, President Buhari is doing well, but what is he doing about insecurity? I was quick to answer. I said, insecurity was there before Buhari came in. But what is important is that Buhari is doing something about the insecurity of this country. And he's making a major effort to curb this. We, the governors, are praying for you and wish you well, that you succeed in the fight against insurgents. I will know you'll succeed. At this point, Mr. President, there's one man also I will not forget, because this is a day of appreciation. He's one man that was with you, standing with me, and about the only two of us left. Nda Isaiah. Isn't that Isaiah here? Nda Isaiah was here. Can you come here and take a shake? He was a presidential candidate attempted. And that laugh means he remembered that he once aspired to be president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. For myself, Mr. President knows me as much as I know myself. So we're fine. Mr. President, just to thank you, we're gathered here to honor you, and we shall be with you, and Nigeria will pray for you. You will succeed. This I've said without missing a word. You will succeed. And distractors can never stop you from where God has destined you. I salute you, Mr. President.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together one more time for Owele Rochas Okorocha? And as he was speaking, I just thought to myself, for in our president we see a new kind of politics. Politics that builds upon those shared understanding that pull us together as one nation. He is refreshingly candid. He sets out political convictions and inspires us to trust in the dogged optimism that there lies ahead of this nation a wonderful future. Let me welcome here, representing the chairman of APC, the deputy national chairman of APC South and former governor of Ekiti State, Otumba Niyi Adebayo.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, Your Excellency, the Vice President, Your Excellencies, members of the Progressive Governors Forum, honorable ministers, distinguished senators, honorable members of the House of Representatives, members of the National Working Committee of the APC, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I stand here before you representing our national chairman, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole. He has sent his apologies and asked that I beg of you to forgive him for his not being able to be here today. He had to travel for personal reasons, but he sends his most sincere apologies. He has asked me, he informed me that this is not supposed to be a long program, so he said, whatever I do, I should not give a speech in the manner that he would do. So my comments will be very, very brief, not in the normal manner of our national chairman. He has asked me to congratulate members of the Progressive Governors Forum, each and every one of you, those of you who are outgoing, those of you who are returning, and those who are coming to join you. He assures each and every one of you of the continued support of our party, the APC, and he would like me to let you know that as a party, we are always very proud of our representatives. He says he looks forward to the party interacting more closely with the Progressive Governors Forum, and that it is his belief that going forward, we will learn from the mistakes of the past. On that note, I congratulate each and every one of you. Mr. President, I congratulate you also. And on behalf of the National Chairman and indeed the entire National Working Committee of our party, I wish you all a wonderful afternoon. Thank you very much. On this note, I would like to take a handshake and a bow as well.
And for making his speech very short, he deserves another round of applause. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it was Aristotle in his seminal work, Greatness of the Soul, that said, the kind of governors that we have here that serve this nation well are the kinds of men that are ready to cross the ocean, climb the tallest trees, fight the strongest battles to put humanity first. Yours is the tranquil and steady dedication of a lifetime. Your mantra is, my country, when right, keep it right, but when wrong, set it aright. The nation is proud of you. Your states are very happy. And that's why at this point, we shall be presenting awards to these founding governors of the Progressive Governors Forum. But to present it, the awards, let me, on your behalf, with a warm round of applause, welcome here His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, GCON, SAN. And so quickly, I'll be inviting, we have less than 5 minutes to wrap up this, inviting the governors, His Excellency Kashim Shettima, Governor of Borno State, if he's here, as I also invite His Excellency Owele Rochas Okorocha to please step forward and collect your awards from His Excellency the Vice President. And as he's going, let His Excellency, okay, I'm not in it. All right. Let me invite His Excellency Umaru Tanko Almakura, Governor of Nasarawa State. And then we'll have the drum roll for His Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, His Excellency Ibukunle Amosu. His Excellency Abiola Jimobi, Governor of Oyo State. His Excellency Ibrahim Gejam, Governor of Yobe State. And His Excellency Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar, Governor of Zamfara State, and also Chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum. His representative is here. Okay, if we have the chairman of the party in the states where the governors are here, or your state and Borno. Okay, so let me also invite here His Excellency Governor Oyetola to step forward here and collect on behalf of His Excellency Alhaji Rauf Aregbesola. And congratulations, sir, Your Excellency. So I suspect that should be the chairman of the party in Oyo State. And then do we have the chairman of the party in Borno State? All right. And so, Your Excellencies, can we put our hands together for His Excellency the Vice President as he steps back to his seat? Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly welcome now the Governor of Nasarawa State, His Excellency Umaru Tanko Almakura, to respond on behalf of the award winners. Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, President Muhammad Buhari, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. Your Excellency, Mr. Vice President, Professor Yomi Osinbajo, Your Excellencies, my colleagues, governors, Your Excellencies, governors-elect, the chairman of our great party, ably represented by the National Deputy Chairman, South, the Secretary to State Government, to the Federal Government, the Chairman, Progressive Governors Forum, our leaders in both chambers of the National Assembly, honorable ministers, members of the National Working Committee of our great party, members of our party's NEC, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all of us, the awardees, I would like to sincerely thank all of you for being with us to rejoice this recognition that I feel, without being immodest, well-deserved. As a matter of fact, we have come a long way since the formation of this union. You will recall, with nostalgia, that when we came on board, we came from different tendencies: CPC, ACN, ANPP, ABGA. But for the concern, patriotism, and dedication that we have for this party, we decided to collapse all these tendencies into one national united tendency for Nigeria. This assimilation and cohesion was further bolstered by the image and commitment of our leader, President Muhammadu Buhari. At that point in time, we were comforted by the fact that very soon we shall have a leader who would have the capacity to lead this country to the next level. And as it has come to pass, we have seen that done in 2015 and repeated in 2019, to the extent that from the time we started with only about 7 or 8, we have now grown wider, bigger, to about 20 plus governors on the Progressive Governors Forum Union. I would like to assure all of us that this award, as far as we are concerned, is an elixir, is an encouragement, is a motivation for us to continue to contribute our best to see that APC grows from strength to strength and taken to the next level, and next level, and next level, and next level, until Nigeria reaches the glory land. On this note, I would like to thank the organizers of this function and to say that we are very proud of this award. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Very quickly, let me invite a man that I love to describe as a world-class academic. He has mind, knowledge, and wisdom from all over the world. And currently, the governor of Ekiti State. Please welcome Dr. Kayode Fayemi.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, Your Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, the Chairman of our great party, ably represented by my own leader and predecessor, the Deputy National Chairman, South, Otumba Nia Adebayo, Your Excellency, the Chairman of our Progressive Governors Forum, my colleagues, Excellency governors, former governors, one-time governors are here present, and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, my old colleagues, honorable ministers here present, and leaders of our party, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. History is often written by victors, and we're able to stand here and recall the genesis of the struggle that culminated in the victory of our leader, the president, in the 2015 elections. And in the early days, no one gave us a chance. And then gradually, we started to build a profile. And I think this profile reached a crescendo when 10 of us, members of this forum, took the bull by the horn and arrived at the Monday market in Maiduguri in solidarity with our colleagues, Kashim Shettima and Ibrahim Gaidam, at a time that the former president was unable to step out of this villa to go out there and be in solidarity with the victims of the insurgency in the Northeast. I think that's when people started to notice the Progressive Governors Forum. And of course, we've grown from height to height and to the point where we are now celebrating those of our colleagues who are departing to other responsibilities. As the connecting thread, Mr. President, between the old pioneer governors and the new governors and governors who would be sworn in about 2 weeks' time from now, we want to thank you for your solidarity and for your support. No president has supported governors and states the way you have done from day one. And you did it almost effortlessly. You were worried the very minute we came in that almost 30 of our states were not up to date with salary payments. You gave us bailout. We were back to you to plead for other support. You gave excess crude support. You helped us to defer the loans that were excruciating and stopping governors from meeting their obligations. We came back again. You approved the Paris Club refund. We had been in court for upward of 6 years before your time, all through the Obasanjo administration and the Jonathan administration and Yar'Adua administration. We could not get our Paris Club refund. But you came, you gave it to governors without minding partisan interest, and we're all here to thank you for it. You did not stop there, Mr. President. Recently, you also gave states back the monies that they had expended on reconstructing roads, federal government roads in our various states. All of this culminated in our ability, and our colleague, Governor Ambode, said this when you were in Lagos to commission his projects, that he wouldn't have been able to do as many of those projects that you commissioned if it had not been for the Paris Club refund, for the road intervention refund, and I'm sure my colleagues can repeat the same story to you about their various states. So we have absolutely no reason not to be thankful for the way you have played your role as a father and a leader in this party. On this note, and on behalf of all my colleagues, my departing colleagues, our current colleagues, the incoming ones, we want to thank you immensely for your generosity of spirit, for your candor, for your commitment, for your passion, for your compassion, and for your leadership. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Governor of Ekiti State. And this is a high point of our event today. At this moment, we are getting set to honor a man that stands without flinching in the face of daunting odds. He is an alchemist in the old-fashioned sense of the word, stubbornly beating drum to remind us of realities we love to ignore. But to appreciate him and set the motion, I'd like to invite the Governor of Imo State, Owele Rochas Okorocha, to step forward here and manage this very complex process of honoring our president. Your Excellency.
arise to take this huge responsibility to honor a man amongst men, one distinguished by God himself in the service of mankind, one who remains a book for future generations and even those yet unborn, a selfless leader, one who does not believe in primitive accumulation of wealth and hates corruption with passion. The very reason that we're here. But, Mr. President, I do not have the capacity to do this alone. It will therefore be my pleasure to invite my colleagues to come standing with me to beef up my strength and size, that I might carry up with this responsibility. Mr. President, if you take a look at this picture, take a picture of these people standing here. I'm sure it reminds you of the struggle to where we are today. And memory will roll down like waters as war stand. It is our collective agreement that we need to say to you, thank you for what you represent for Africa, represent for Nigeria, and particularly represent for the masses of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. At this point, Your Excellency, Mr. President, may I, with the permission of all my colleagues, kindly request you to rise and come forward for your people to honor you.
And so, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to invite His Excellency, the President, for his remarks.
Please sit down. Yeah, please sit down. Your Excellency, the Vice President, the Deputy National Chairman, and members of National Working Committee, Chairman, Progressive Governors Forum, and Your Excellencies present here, members of the National Assembly, members of the Federal Executive Council, APC party stalwarts, senior government officials, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I think at the end of the written speech, I have to digress so that I can remind Nigerian historians to get our priorities correct in writing the political historical situation of this country. This gathering or invitation and ceremony took me by surprise. So let me go through the written prepared speech, but the digression, I assume, will be even more interesting. Let me begin by sincerely thanking Your Excellencies for deeming it fit to confer on me an award. Your kind gesture is very much appreciated. It's an encouragement to continue to do more in moving Nigeria's democracy to the next level. I view this award as a reflection of the collective commitment of the states and federal government to work harmoniously to find solutions to the developmental challenges facing our country. I must also see this opportune moment to acknowledge your contribution to the political, economic, social, and cultural development of Nigeria. Economic growth and competitiveness of nations depends on the harmonious collaboration of all the tiers of government, particularly in a federal setup like ours. Hence, against the backdrop of the challenges we have been passing through as a nation, arising from past economic and political mismanagement, we must feel justifiably proud to have contributed actively in getting Nigeria back on track in the last 4 years in human and infrastructure development. We remain committed to improving the welfare of the Nigerian people. Your Excellencies, it will be belaboring the point to say that true federalism is necessary at this juncture of our political and democratic evolution. At a time when some few privileged individuals and groups have chosen to exploit and manipulate the ethnic and religious fault lines for seeking personal and partisan advantage, we need to build bridges across the different divides and instill faith in the unity and indivisibility of one Nigeria. I call on the state governments to be a strong pillar of support for our for our anti-corruption agenda, as well as continued support for our programs of social protection, school feeding program, and other policies geared towards human capital development. Going forward, we must all work towards building a socially cohesive society in which the resources of the country work for all. We will continue to apply public funds in such a way that no section of the country or segment of the population suffers social exclusion. You are all quite aware that insecurity has remained a big challenge for us all. We are determined to face this challenge and secure the country more than ever before, while the protection of lives and property is a primary responsibility of government. It is also incumbent on the citizens to share in this responsibility, as security is a collective responsibility. I call on all Nigerians to continue to have faith in our great country. I thank you for your continued patience and sacrifices towards moving the nation forward. Your Excellencies, you will all agree with me that Nigeria is on a renewed growth trajectory. Accordingly, we will do everything within our powers to sustain the current economic recovery efforts. We will continue to reinforce our macroeconomic policies to achieve sustainable economic stability and growth. We will also continue to ensure the growth comes along with more jobs and a fair and just distribution of the national wealth. Your continued cooperation in this regard is very, very vital. This administration has come this far always, counting on the continued support and goodwill of your excellencies. I am confident that together we would achieve our objective of building a united and prosperous nation. Your excellencies, I am very humbled by this award. It is a further reminder for me to continue to dedicate my life and my time to serving the Nigerian people. I thank you all for your attention, and may Almighty God bless us all and our country. Now, for the direction or digression I promised. The four parties mentioned by one of the speakers before, the CPC, ANPP, ACN, Abuja, the opposition then, we decided that there was no way under the system we could take away control from PDP without coming together. So we agreed to have committees, each party, develop terms of reference, gave those committees to go and negotiate how we can merge. But none of the committees has the power, to give any impression that the committee itself can cause or stop the coming together. They are there to listen to all the parties, committees, representations, and report back to their parties. It was the party's executive that would come together and agree on how to go about it. This is a very important political development in Nigerian politics. And I hope Nigerian historians will get this record correct. We agreed, and I could recall speaking to Bola Aswaju and Akande, Chief Akande, because they have secured their constituency, the Southwest. For us in the North, the Southeast and South-South, there are strong divisions. The Southwest was the only secure constituency. And we advised that please get the cooperation of the rest of the group. We came together, we decided what to do. And it's a major sacrifice made by those committees. And as I said, I'm appealing to Nigerian historians. This is an important political development because without coming together, the opposition, and taking away power from PDP, I wonder which political development and economic development and security could have been the consequences of subsequent events in this country. I wonder how many people have really said and deliberately decided what would have happened if the opposition failed to come together to take away power from PDP. And I was constrained to go public several times to remind people what this country was earning between 1999 and 2014 as a result of production and the price of petroleum product, what we defended on, and the condition of the infrastructure, and what happened to the resources. I feel that this group is still the political life of this country. Please maintain the confidence of your constituencies in you by leading this country effectively. I'm lucky to have been elected again. But when I went around the 36 states and Abuja, I was very pleased, comforted, and almost satisfied by the turning out of people in all states. That group that came to see me in each state were more than what anybody can afford to be, whether to pay, whether in government or out, or force them. This voluntarily, people wanted to come and see me and hear me. That gave me a lot of confidence. And I assure you that we, the 250 cultures or more in Nigeria, each culture thinking is superior to the other, our only way out is to keep together and deliver this country for the future. Thank you very much.
He has spoken like the father of the nation. Please shall be seated, please, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. Thank you. Very quickly, we'll take a few photo sessions and then we'll wrap up. The first set will be all the awardees, all the governors, 8 of them that won awards now, should please rise and step up before His Excellency, Mr. President, joins you. Your Excellency, the governor of Imo State, can you rally your troops? So all the award winners, all the awardees, all the awardees, the 8 of them, please step forward.
If you are just joining us, this is the Nigerian Television Authority transmitting live from the State House Banquet Hall. And the event is the award ceremony being organized by the Progressive Governors Forum. And we've seen so many governors, particularly those who have successfully served
so now I would like
for 80 years as governors. On the platform of the All Progressives Governors, among the awardees, we have Alhaji Kashim Shettima, Governor of Borno State, Rochas Okorocha, who is the chairman of the Progressives Governors Forum 2, the Governor of Imo State, Umar Tanko Al-Makura, Governor of Nasarawa State, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, Governor of Ogun State, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, Governor of Osun State, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, Governor of Oyo State, Alhaji Ibrahim Gaidam, governor of Yobe State, and Alhaji Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar, the governor of Zamfara State, who is also the chairman of Nigerian Governors Forums. Now, we're having photo session here, including the president and the awardees. Also, in the part of the photo session is the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo.
And so Your Excellency says this. All right now for the national anthem. All right now for the national anthem. Thank you very much.
With this, we come to the end of this live transmission on behalf of the outside broadcasting crew of the Nigerian Television Authority. We say thank you for being part of this event and stay tuned for the rest of our programs. My name is Salihu Abdullahi. Thank you for watching.
NTA, you can't beat the reach.
Hello and welcome to Conversations here on NTA Network. It's a brand new day and it's always great to be in the house to speak about something that affects you and me. Now we have ladies in the house today. I'll leave them to introduce themselves. As you know, my name is Nike.
Hello, my name is Jane.